This Anime, the podcast that talks about anime past, present, and future, all with the exclamation of this anime. And this is the next episode of the My Hero Academia Rewatch series covering episodes 77 through 88. And this is season 4, and this is also my favorite goddamn arc of My Hero Academia. Now, let me say that a lot of people hate this arc. Well, they hate aspects of this arc. They don't hate the entire arc. What they do hate is the main villain, and that is Gentle Criminal. I love Gentle. In fact, I love Gentle so goddamn much. I really love Gentle a lot. And specifically because Gentle is so good. And people are like picking apart one specific line that Deku makes in the show and well as the manga, that Gentle was the hardest opponent, the toughest opponent he ever faced. And people go, wait, he faced all these other strong guys that are way stronger than Gentle. Why the heck is he the toughest? Specifically because Gentle was more about the mentality that Deku had to make. And the mentality that Deku had to use to beat Gentle. And that was to set aside the fact that Gentle, for all intents and purposes, is a fine dude. Like, Gentle is completely and utterly a fine gentleman. He just had to go down this slightly darker path, specifically because he couldn't be what he wanted to be. He wanted to be a hero. He kept trying to be a hero, but society didn't see him as hero material. They didn't like his grades weren't high enough. And this kind of correlates an idea of academia and how being very critical of academia. In fact, the idea that you have people who are good-natured and well-meaning, but the way the system is structured doesn't allow for them to follow what they want to do. And it sucks. It sucks that we have to be in that system. And Gentle, like, really, I can consider kind of on the spectrum, if that makes any sense. Like, I could see someone arguing that he could be on the spectrum, and he's just so adamant, and the world has just shattered him and constantly brought him down, that it really just hurts. It hurts a lot. And like his relationship with La Brava is really like it could be considered creepy because he's a much older man with this younger woman who they love each other. And like I don't think the age gap is genuinely that drastic. Like I think Gentle is intended to be like late 20s, maybe 30, maybe like mid 30s, and La Brava is like 18, between 16 and 18. So it is a little bit of an age gap, but like they love each other, and like who am I to fucking say? And I love their relation. I genuinely love it, relationship. And if you really think about it, like, for some people, that is gonna go like, fuck no, I hate this. Um, I'm willing to be open minded with characters when they are compelling, and Gentle is probably one of the most compelling uh hero, like, villains in the show. Like, him and like, don't get me wrong, Shigaraki is a great fucking character, and we get a little more deeper into his character in season 5, but like, Gentle, from like the everything up to this point, like, Gentle is top of my list. Um Simply because he's that great. Like, I really love Gentle so much. I mean, obviously um we miss the fact that Nighteye is dead. In the beginning of this second half here, we go with the death of Nighteye, as well as the subsequent, like, fallout of that death. And goddamn, I bawled reading that in the manga, and I bawled uh seeing it for the first time subbed, and the dub just kills me. The dub still kills me. Brandon McGinnis, like, you hit it out of the park with Night Eye's death. Like, easily a great piece of animation. As well as just voice acting in general. And then we get a quick little like 2-episode arc with Todoroki and Bakugo, as well as the other failures of the license exam, and they gotta face off. They gotta win the hearts of a bunch of young pre like young kids, and just kind of show them that, like, yeah, you are obviously going to be powerful, but, like, you gotta learn, and you gotta be willing to learn. And that's the that little arc is really cool. I like the dynamic that Bakugo has with, like, their leader, where he's just like, look, I'm gonna impart a lesson to you. If you're so overconfident with your powers, you're never going to succeed. And the young kid's just like, wait, this isn't talking. He's not talking down to me. He's legitimately giving me advice. And I think that that's a great moment. Like, that's a great moment with Bakugo. And then, like, the huge chunk of the majority of this chunk is the sports festival, which is absolutely great. Like, I love the sports festival, or the school festival, not the sports festival, the regular school festival. And the entire crew decides, we're gonna put on a concert for everyone, and Jiro gets to sing in that concert. And man, Hero 2 is such a great song, and it is a great earworm, and I'm happy that it got such attention to detail and beautifully animated, specifically because when like the weeklies were first coming out of the manga for this sequence, it was kind of rushed. And even Horikoshi will admit, like, yeah, I kind of rushed this, and they cleaned it up for the paperback release. But, like, seeing the weekly scans for this, yeah, it wasn't the best in the world. It really wasn't. It didn't show a beautiful dynamic, and like that Hero 2 sequence, just I that's another tearing up moment, like hands down. And um yeah, but like the main whole thing with Gentle and La Brava before the school festival even starts, and we get the whole concert and stuff. Between Gentle and Deku, that fight's really cool, and Gentle's powers are quite interesting, as well as La Brava's, where it's just like, no, um, like La Brava can empower her love to anyone that she loves, but I think there's an extra added bonus because Gentle genuinely cares about her too and loves her too. And I have a feeling like that's even more powerful. It's kind of implied that it's more powerful than normal, but oh, it's just that emotional moment is so good. That moment where they have no other choice, and it's just like, all right, we gotta press our Hail Mary here because there's nothing we're gonna be able to do. And like Gentle's not trying to be anything other than just a nuisance, and he's just trying to be he's being a criminal. At the same time, he's doing petty crimes. He's never doing anything that is absolutely despicable. He's just a petty, uh, not a petty thief, but just a petty nuisance, if anything. Even the police are kind of like, you're you're all just it's all just petty stuff, like all petty crimes. So it's not necessarily um the best in the world, and he's trying to protect La Brava by saying like, no, I brainwashed her, and he's just and she's fully going, no, that's not it. um and it's like, I can't say enough how much I love that kind of dynamic and that kind of relationship. Just kind of it, it's not toxic like Harley and the Joker, but it has like, you have this kind of Harley Joker vibe, but it's not a toxic relationship. It's like, what if Harley and the Joker actually genuinely loved each other? Um, and the Joker wasn't a psychotic maniac. Uh, like it's it's such an interesting take on it that I am quite interested in what can happen with this whole thing. Overall, like, I love season 4, and we also end out with introducing Hawks, who is, god damn, that man is sexy as shit, and holy shit, his dub voice. Like, as much as I love the sub voice for Hawks, the Japanese voice for Hawks, wow, like, holy crap. The voice for Hawks, the English voice for Hawks, which I'm looking up as we speak here, Zeno Robinson, dude, you are so smooth. Like, wow, that is like silky butter in my ears. That's how good it is. Um, and I love it. I absolutely love uh Hawks, and he's a mainstay. in for the future. So and also credit to Gentle and La Brava's voice actors, John Grelman, Gramillion and Megan Shipman. Oh, hey, Megan Shipman's La Brava. That's cool. Um, but yeah, you you two absolutely nailed that dynamic of those two characters, and I I gotta say, like, I love Gentle's dub voice as much as I love the sub voice. They're both great. Uh, and the same goes with Hawks. Hawks is just absolutely awesome, and we get the beginning of the Endeavor redemption. That doesn't it doesn't necessarily happen fully yet, but the Endeavor redemption will continue into season 5, and man, like I I started to not hate Endeavor as much. I res- I respect. I still hate him for what he's done to Todoroki and his siblings, but man, like, I gotta respect how even in his fucked up way, he's trying to do what's best, what he sees is best, and bravo, bravo with that. I it's very hard to give some redemption to that character, and I think I think Horikoshi gave it to the point where it's just like, oh shit, am I actually rooting for Endeavor in this fight? Like, I didn't think I would, but I was. And this fight with the, like, this alpha Nomu is really cool. Like, it's a really cool fight and brings him to the brink. Uh and it's a cool fight. It really is. And I can't say much more without spoiling the next season. So I think that's about my cue to peace out of this little review. So thank you guys for listening. You can follow me on Twitter at KenReels. Follow the podcast at This Anime Pod. We are returning at the end of the month with a full episode and just some housekeeping. By the time you're listening to this, we have officially moved over our hosting. Our original host is still going to technically be hosting us till the end of the year, but we have already moved over to our new host, Spreaker, and eventually thisanimepodcast.com is going to redirect to Spreaker. It's just not going to just yet. So um, I will possibly add a like, click this for the new feed or something. I'll find a way to keep pointing people to where you're supposed to go with the new feed. Everything is being redirected anyway, so if you're already subscribed to the podcast on any of your platforms, it's going to stay that way. Podbean has already started redirecting to to all of the platforms to Spreaker, so you should not have any interruptions whatsoever. If you do, consider just unsubscribing and then resubscribing, and hopefully that should fix it. But with that, I'm gonna get out of here. So, plus ultra, everybody, roll that music.